for joining us for our weekly webinars. We are happy to have you. Hope it is sunny where you are as where we are today. It is an absolutely beautiful day. Feels like spring is coming. Feel like we're getting into all sorts of new things. And that is the topic of our webinar today too. New things, our MoxieWorks platform, our new Century 21 tech platform. We are so excited to tell you all about it. We have our Chiyoko Kikino, who is here and joining us. She's going to give us a big overview of what we can expect. Chiyoko, good morning to you.
Good morning, Lee. It's great to be here. Very excited, of course, today, as you are too. The whole company is excited, actually, to talk about our new platform, HUB21. So I'm really honored to be joined today by a guest that we have. His name is Chris Gunn. He is the Director of Account Management at MoxieWorks. We're going to get a little bit about the background of MoxieWorks, but MoxieWorks powers our new HUB21. So Chris, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm glad that you guys are getting the sunshine up there too.
Yeah, because you're down in Seattle, right?
That is correct.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us. So we're going to do a little bit of a tag team, the two of us, and tell you a little bit about our new tech platform. So I'm just going to share my screen here just to make sure everything is good. Lee, if you can't see it, make sure you let me know, but I think we will be just fine. Excellent. All right, so today we are going to give you an overview of our new HUB21 platform. It's our new back-end tech platform that we are going to be soon launching, and that's why we're here to tell you a little bit about it. But before we do that, I just want to talk a little bit about the values of Century 21. Of course, at Century 21, we are agent-centric, which means we do everything we can in order to, make our agents successful, whether they're starting in the real estate business for the first time or whether they've had their career in the real estate business. So we provide everything from a beautiful, revitalized brand that's hard to believe that we launched this new brand identity and full design package just over 2 years ago. So we're excited that the brand looks fantastic from coast to coast. We have state-of-the-art marketing, and we're going to talk a little bit about some enhancements to our marketing center today, but we provide, of course, social media bricks, hundreds of social media bricks, and everything else that agents need to be effective in their marketing efforts. We provide a global and local network. So globally, of course, we have 147,000 system members around the world in 84 countries, actually soon to be 86 countries, which makes us the most recognized real estate brand in the world. And then we have over 10,000 system members here in Canada in 272 cities. We have industry-leading training and development programs. We're here bringing you a webinar every single Monday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. We actually have hundreds of on-demand videos that you can watch through campus21.tv. Plus, we have the C21 University, which provides a boatload of courses that you can take live and watch on demand. We have technology and we have strategic partners, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the technology some of the technology, not all of it, that we are bringing to C21 agents. And then, of course, we have the best culture in the industry with our C21 family. So again, thank you so much all for joining us today. So we are really excited, as I mentioned, to be able to soon launch our brand new HUB21 platform. So this platform is a back office technology platform that agents can go to and they can access all of the tools that they need in order to generate more leads, win more listings, build their referral network, and then provide that gold standard level of service to their clients. So we are going to give you an overview of all the different components of HUB21. But before we do that, as I mentioned, it is powered by a company called MoxieWorks. And that's why I'm joined by Chris Gunn, who is going to give us a little bit of background about MoxieWorks, because we are excited that they are the best partner for us moving forward. Chris, as you will see, he is just genuine, he's authentic, he works hard, he has a sense of urgency. The entire organization has real estate background, so they're not tech people that are building real estate platforms, they are real estate people that are building real estate platforms. So we are 121% sure that these are the right partners moving forward. So Chris, I'm going to hand it over to you to talk a little bit about who MoxieWorks is.
Right on. Well, thank you so much, Shioko. And just for everybody that's on the webinar right now, MoxieWorks, our goal is to help agents and brokerages sell more homes by providing you with technology that makes your lives easier. But really, our goal is to allow you to be great with the people that you work with every single day, and to help you grow and close more business. As Shioko said, we are a technology company that was born out of a real estate company. And so we actually started as the tech department of a Northwest brokerage here, Pacific Northwest brokerage here called Windermere Real Estate. We only work with brokerages. So we only work with enterprise level brokerages. And our goal, like I said before, is to make agents great with the people they already know by providing them tools that allow computers to do the things that they're good at, so people can do the things that they do best. Like forming relationships, continuing to stay in touch, and providing great service. And I know that those are all big parts of your ethos. So currently we work with over 250 brokerages, 340,000 agents and growing, and 20% of transactions in North America go through our systems at some point. And for me, one of the personal points of pride that we have as a company is that we have 97% customer retention. And I hope that we can actually increase that. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to do our best. And I think the reason that we have such high customer retention is because we care. We want to make sure that you are getting the tools you deserve, because your job is hard and you don't have a lot of time to fiddle around with technology that doesn't work for you. But also we want to make sure that your consumer on the other end is having a fantastic experience too, and everything, including search, the emails they receive, the content that you provide them on your website. And so all of that is really important to us. And on top of that, productivity is important to us as well. One of the things that we've actually prided ourselves on in the last few years is the productivity gains that you see with agents that are using our system. And this statistic is actually from Engage, which is our CRM. And I'm actually glad that this slide is here, because I got to participate in this study and collecting the data for this study. And essentially, the agents that have high activity in our CRM Engage are likely to do 5 more transactions, or 65% more volume each year. On average, an agent that's just using the methodology consistently on a regular basis is going to see about a 41% improvement. And we've seen this over and over again, year after year, for years. So we've been collecting this data for about 10 years. And we see consistently year over year that agents that have high activity, which means they're working their contacts through our Sphere methodology, they've set automated touch points. They're using not just the campaigns engine of the system, but also our automated touch points like Neighbourhood News. They're following up quickly through the methodology. They're listening to the coaching that the system provides them. We see that they're actually succeeding at a much greater rate. And that's something that we're really excited to be able to share with you. As a matter of fact, we've got another client that's very similar. It's Michael Saunders and Company. They've been with us for just about 6 months, and they're already seeing the same trajectory of results for agents that are in the system, actually in their active working on their contacts, working in their business. So it's really exciting for us to be able to share this with you.
So Chris, just, the key of this slide really is we really need to leverage all the tools that are in the HUB21 platform, because if you are engaged, as you said, with all those tools, then productivity will be coming will increase. So that's, of course, 2021 is the year of Century 21. So this is a good year to increase productivity.
Yeah, and absolutely. What you said is spot on. It's all of the tools working together and your methodology, right? You guys have a fantastic way that you go about doing business, and that coupled with tools that support it are going to result in more success.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. So we are now going to get a little bit deeper into some of the information and some of the benefits of the various components of HUB21. So we are going to talk today about websites. We are going to talk about Engage, which is our Sphere marketing platform, basically our CRM. We are going to talk about client presentations and what we're calling C21 Presents. We're going to talk about enhancements to our C21 Marketing Center. We're going to talk about promoting, listings and services via Facebook and other Facebook-related networks with just a few clicks to make it as easy as possible for you, so you don't have to be a Facebook ad expert. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the Hub. And so again, this is a centralized place that agents would go in order to access all of these tools. So we're going to start off by talking about C21 websites. Every Century 21 agent will get a fully robust and customizable website. We've put together beautiful websites. I hope you will all think they're beautiful, with a number of different pages. So again, you don't get just a landing page that has your profile. You actually get a fully functioning and robust website. You will be able to personalize that content on your website. The backend system is built off of WordPress, which is a very common website builder. I actually, when I was able to get into the demo at the very beginning, talking like 4 or 5 months ago, I've never used WordPress at all. I've got a team that has used WordPress, but I've never used WordPress before. And it was so easy. I could actually build pages within the website template. So you'll get a beautiful branded C21 website that you can add pages to. We've got a whole bunch of templates. You can move things around. You can customize your copy, everything that you want in order to make that a personalized website for you. We have a number of pre-populated pages too that you can add to your website. So if you are an expert in commercial, or if you specialize in fine homes and estate and are a designated agent, or if you're doing a lot of pre-construction, we have all those pages that you can add, and again, you can customize. So you're not starting from scratch. And again, we're trying to make this as easy as possible for you. We've also put together a library of branded images that if you want to swap out some images, you can do that as well. And you don't have to go and create some stuff in Canva. You just have a library that you can choose from. So hopefully you'll be excited once you get into the platform that you will be able to access a lot of these materials. In addition, I'm going to turn this over to Chris to talk a little bit about some of the lead generation components of this platform. So Chris.
Yeah, and so thank you, Chiyoko. Just to start out at the very beginning, home valuation is one of the things that homeowners look for on every real estate site. They're trying to identify how much their home is worth. There's a beautifully created page on your sites that makes it easy for a consumer to contact you and really get an in-depth valuation. Not only that, but this is a great opportunity for you to take a lead that comes from your website and use C21 Present to do the valuation for them, actually. And it's fantastic because all of that would be connected back to your CRM. There's really easy to use blogging functionality that's built in as well. And so you can create a blog post in 5 or 6 minutes and really differentiate yourself by highlighting your expertise and what you know in the market versus what others know that sets you apart. Really focusing in on an area that you are the expert in can not only set you apart when people come to visit your site for the content that you provide, but it can also improve your SEO pretty significantly. So wanted to call that out for you guys. We have also integrated a Real Satisfied widget. It's right there in the drag and drop builder. It takes about 3 seconds for you to update your Vanity ID and pull that on your page to show your Real Satisfied reviews. And we also have a Zillow review integration that can display your Zillow reviews on your site as well. Interactive social media modules for all the primary social media sites, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and even Pinterest. And then I think my favorite thing in the entire website backend is the SEO analysis tool. And so it's really powerful plugins provided by Yoast, which is the key name in SEO now when it comes to WordPress. And it really does help you identify what are the key pieces of content that are cornerstone content on your page that search engines should be looking for. It helps you identify best practices that you are or not following on your pages, so that you can make them appeal to the search engine crawlers as best as possible, and really drive your SEO through consistent use of best practices on your pages and posts. And so just the availability of all of these tools is something that we're really excited to be able to provide to you, and I really hope you take advantage of them.
And Chris, I agree with you. This SEO analysis tool, because, you know, people start talking about SEO and you're like, oh my goodness, that is so, you know, so over my head. And I think one of the great things that if you build a page to add to your website, because you're personalizing your website, it can actually go through and just do analysis on it and then give you some recommendations that you can fix. So it's like having your own little handy SEO assistant to help you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's move over to Neighborhood News.
Yeah, Neighborhood News is actually a part of your website that's also part of your Engage CRM. And these two are connected in a really cool way. It's a subscription lead capture form on your website that, say a consumer comes to your site and they're interested in housing in a specific postal code. They type in that postal code. We're going to send them an email and generate them a report on that postal code every single month, so that they can learn a little bit more about real estate going on in that area. Up at the top of that report is going to be your name, contact information, and if they have any questions, there's going to be a big old button that's branded with your name on it that says Ask a Question. My favorite part of the whole interaction between your website, Neighborhood News, and Engage is every time they ask a question or look at a new postal code or click on a listing and want to ask a question about that listing, it's going to make a record in your CRM to show them exactly what to show you exactly what they've been doing. And let's say I'm a consumer, I go to your site, I sign up for Neighborhood News, I open it every month for 6 months. You're going to see that. And then 6 months from now, I start playing around with it. And I'm looking in different postal codes in Vancouver, looking different postal codes in Victoria. You're going to start seeing that activity. And maybe it's time to reach out to me because I've gone from just passively looking to actively looking. And it's a really good way for you to stay in front of people with relevant information that allows them to take steps towards you. Really, really cool. And yeah, I recommend everybody take some time to check out Neighborhood News, sign themselves up for a subscription, and then as soon as you see that you like it, sign everybody up for a subscription.
Well, and we'll talk a little bit about that in Engage, but you know, I'm with you. I think this is such a great value for, you know, consumers out there. You know, if I want to know what's happening in my market, you know, maybe I'm not thinking of, you know, buying or selling right now, but just so I can have a pulse on the market. This is information that I get to my email box as a customer, you know, every month, so I can see what's going on. So I think, you know, I think it's great. I think it's a good opportunity to generate leads and drive traffic to an individual C21 agent side. You know, we're going to talk a little bit about C21 Promote and how they can easily create Facebook ads. But you could even create a Facebook ad that advertises, you know, do you want market updates? And then click through and it goes through to that specific website page. And then people can sign up and then you can generate some leads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Property search.
Oh, the property search. And this is what people come to real estate websites for, right? They come to the website to see you, to learn about you and your business. But ultimately because they want to look at properties. And so we've built out a property search with photography centric cards and really fantastic photo galleries, but also the array of all the common consumer search filters that they're going to be looking for. So bedrooms, bathrooms, price range, different types of property, amenities, but also how long has something been on the market? Are there open houses? Really the common filters that consumers are interested in when they get on a site. And then we've made it easy for them to set up favorites and save searches and get continued information. One of the fantastic things though is when someone sets up save search on your site, that actually creates a profile for them in your CRM. That save search is saved on their profile, and then every time they interact with it, you'll have a record of that in your CRM. So it really is a true connection between the CRM and the website. You can even go into your CRM and set up a save search for one of your clients and send it to them via email, modify the save search they already have if you know that there's a little bit of a change that'll give them better results. And so it really is not just a beautiful experience for the consumer that's really photo-centric, that gives them the opportunity to see listings in a fantastic way, but a true connection between the front end of your website and the back end of your business.
Well, I love that, Chris. I love the opportunity to be able to, send clients a safe search to say, based on your needs, I was able to put these, properties together for you. And again, I just think it just elevates the service level that, C21 agents can provide their clients. This one I had some fun with over the weekend. I love this tool. I was going to a property search and I was looking at some, specific neighborhoods in my area. And this is just a great partnership. And it's really a three-way partnerships, right? We have MoxieWorks that's powering HUB21. We have Century 21, and then we have a company called Local Logic. And what Local Logic does in the integration of the Local Logic platform within our websites is really providing our clients with localized neighborhood information so they can choose the neighborhood that works best for them. There's one thing about, making sure that, you have the right size house, it has the right amount of, number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and, it's in the right price range, but you really want a neighborhood that matches your lifestyle, whatever that lifestyle might be. And when we look at the Local Logic information, so there is neighborhood information associated to every single property. So when a client looks at a particular property, they can click and they can see about 15 scores. So what it's doing is it's scoring specific categories. So, for instance, there's a category called shopping. There's a category called elementary schools, high schools, daycares, whether it's, cycling friendly, and it'll give us a score. And then it will tell you, if you click on it, it will actually tell you all, let's say if you look into elementary schools, all the elementary schools in your neighborhood. So it is so much fun. I was doing it on my mobile, so it's super mobile friendly, but it's really going to provide that extra level of information for your clients. And it does a couple things. It creates a great user experience for your customers, but it also helps to boost your SEO strategy by having clients on your sites longer than they typically would have. So, there's proven studies with Local Logic that there's a higher conversion rate with companies that are using Local Logic and integrating it into their property search. So really excited about this tool. I don't know if you have anything else to add here, Chris, on the Local Logic, but loving this.
No, I'm just really excited we were able to do that integration for you. Once it was finished, I actually spent like a good hour and a half playing with it and clicking through listings. So yeah, I'm super excited, and it does make your page stickier. Just going around playing with the data makes you want to look at more houses, which is great.
Well, and I love that, not only does it say, so when you're looking at a property, and let's just say I want to look at elementary schools or restaurants, it creates a map and it populates all the places where those restaurants are, or those elementary schools are. And then underneath it actually lists all the places. So I thought that, again, it's fantastic information. And I think our clients are just going to love spending time on our websites.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's move on to C21 Engage. And this is kind of, MoxieWorks specialty, right? Sphere marketing. That's where, you really are super proud to provide the tools to, agents, especially Century 21 agents, to make sure that they are able to keep in touch with their clients and nurture those relationships, and sometimes do it in an automated way. So let's talk a little bit about C21 Engage.
Yeah, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but agents that are using Engage and its methodology, and C21 Engage, we hope is going to have the same impact for you, are seeing a 41% GCI improvement on average. And so for context, if someone was making $100,000 last year and they actively use the methodology that you're going to be providing through C21 Engage, there is a significant chance that they're going to, instead of that $100,000 that they saw last year, take home $141,000 or more. And so that's really the kind of result that we want to make sure that people are getting. And how this is happening, it's three things. It's essentially like a stool with three legs. First is the methodology. And so the Sphere methodology is proven to be downturn resistant, working with the people that know, like, and trust you, spending your time where you're going to have the highest possibility of conversion, referral, and repeat business. And then setting a business goal so that you know exactly what you need to do every step of the way to be successful. Everybody that's been in real estate for years knows that there are a few things that they do in every transaction that set them apart from others. That's why they continue to win business. It's why they continue to win referrals. And so setting those business goals, but also codifying the things that make you great at what you're doing, and creating a task list for yourself to remind you to do those things every single time you reach out to somebody in your sphere. And then coaching, providing coaching that lets you look at your business from an objective point of view. Right? How many people am I actually marketing to? How many people am I active with? What's my average pending to close time? Are there things that I could be more efficient or more effective at? But also getting just automated coaching on the things that are going well. If you're marketing to enough people, sometimes you don't know, am I marketing to enough people to be successful? And the system being able to let you know, actually, yeah, you are. And you should be expecting this many people to become active as a result of your marketing. Really, all three of those things working together. And then being able to display that on an easy to read dashboard that's right there when you log into the system. And so you get a full snapshot of your business. How far am I to my goals? Where am I? Where are my clients in the sales flow? And you can see here where it's got marketing, prospects, active, pending. Just being able to at a glance know how many people in my sphere in what part of my sales funnel. Being able to track my activity, seeing everything that the system is doing for me. So when it's sending out neighborhood news or just listed announcements or just sold, or when people are interacting with my other content that I've provided, being able to track that activity and see what the system is doing for me every step of the way. And then managing my C21 calendar directly in my CRM, being able to add tasks or remove tasks directly from my CRM to keep them front and center. And then for each and every one of my clients, being able to customize a task list based around best practices that have made me successful in the past. All really sort of key things that you can see right from the dashboard. And then on top of that, Neighborhood News, which is just a high quality interactive newsletter that gives you the ability to stay in touch, provide a useful, consistent touch point, and have those actions tracked and invisible to you, so that every time somebody updates their postal code, every time somebody adds or removes, asks a question on a listing, you'll be able to see that.
Awesome, thanks, Chris. And I love the part about Neighborhood News too. So if someone doesn't sign up to Neighborhood News on a website, let's just say you bump into someone at a coffee shop and you get talking to them and say, hey, I can send you some market updates if you don't mind. Give me your email address, and then you would be able to send them some information and sign them up to Neighborhood News. So that's pretty cool as well. On the C21 Engage side, we also have created a library of automated email campaigns. So C21 agents do not have to start from scratch and create their own campaigns. They can if they want to, but we have pre-populated it with a library of campaigns. We have a number of buyer and seller campaigns. We have a first-time home buyer campaign, seasonal maintenance, our very own legendary Life at Home monthly newsletter that's going to be in there. And then we do have our famous special occasions campaigns. So you can go in there, you can add, different things into the campaign. You can delete, email that you might not want to send out. You can change the date that it goes out. It's fully customizable, but we created this library for you so you don't have to start from scratch. And again, giving you just the ease to be able to keep in touch with your clients on a regular basis and not really have to worry about it. So you can set it and leave it. The other thing is that your brokerage can also create email campaigns for your you and your colleagues to send out if that's what the brokerage decides to do. So there's lots of great flexibility within the campaign management module. We also have individual email templates that you can use. So if there is a way, and if you've taken any of Chris's training, he'll show you, how to go in and send a simple happy birthday message. But you can also take one of the templates if you want to do something a little bit more creative or a little bit more vibrant. We've built some individual email templates that you can use to send out. So happy birthday, happy home anniversary. We've got just some generic C21 branded templates. So if you want to send a message to your clients, you can use just a really nice looking template to do that. So there's lots of flexibility, lots of options, or again, you can just build whatever you are looking for. All right, I think we can agree, Chris, that this is one of our favorite tools here, which is C21 Presents. So super excited to start talking about this part of the platform. C21 Presents is basically a client presentation tool that you can use to really create that wow presentation for your clients. It can be we're going to talk about this, a buyer's tour. It can be a listing presentation, a pre-listing presentation, just a presentation about anything you possibly want. There's so much flexibility and so much ability to be able to make it interactive. So before we talk about some of the benefits of this platform, I'm just going to play you a little video. Sorry about that. Love the music so much, you got to play it a couple times.
Yeah, I found myself dancing around to it a little bit just now.
I was doing that this morning too before we got on this webinar. Very catchy tunes. So C21 Present allows C21 agents to be able to customize presentations to create that wow experience and the extraordinary experience for their clients. So we have a library of templates. So we've taken and many of you are probably familiar with this, we've taken our pre-listing presentation, our listing presentation, and our buyer's presentation. We've added that to the library, so you can choose from those, or you can pull in some different pages. So again, we're not going to go into training about this, but you can take all of the presentations, or you can take pages of those presentations. Plus, we've created them so you can customize those pages as well. And one of the great things about customizing that information, we'll talk a little bit about the ability and the benefits to sharing this presentation, but it's also mobile friendly, which you couldn't do with the old PowerPoint presentations, right? So this is one of the most exciting things about C21 Presents. So there's a library of templates for you to choose from. You can send out links So your clients can look at it on the desktop, they can look at it mobile friendly, or you can send the PDFs if you want to just send an attachment after you've had a Zoom meeting and gone over the presentation in person with them. You can also have the ability to create your own pages. Just using a real easy page builder, you could add your own PDFs. It is just, seriously, there's just an endless amount of things you can do with C21 Presents. And it's definitely more than just a CMA. So it does have the ability to do a comparable market analysis for your clients if they're looking at selling. But it can do so much more. So you can do lead generation with it. You can do, again, seller CMAs. You can do buyer tours. You can do buyer presentations, open house presentations, neighborhood tours. You can do a thank you video. You can actually embed video into the presentation that people can play, just like I played you a video right now. And again, the pre-listing presentation. So there's so many options here, and not to get into the details, but you can embed websites. So it's very, very interactive. And, you know, one of the most exciting things that I saw when I was watching one of Chris's training session was doing this buyer tour. So Chris, can you explain this buyer tour? Because that was like so cool.
Yeah, actually, and it's funny that you brought it up, because I actually used the buyer tour to buy my house after we made it, and so I was the first person to actually buy a house after the buyer tour. But it's a presentation type where you can set up all of the listings that you would take somebody to go see on an actual physical buyer tour. You can put them on a listing location map for them, and they can actually just click through and see all the listings, see all the photos. They can leave their comments. They can leave a star rating on that, and you can see the star rating. And you can see the star rating for different people. So if you're working with partners or husband and wife, you can see each of their individual comments as well. And that was one of the things that was great for me, is my realtor could ignore all of my commentary and really listen to my wife, because she made all the decisions in this one, and I'm so happy that she did. And that it really gives you the ability to communicate on a personal level, but also for your client to take that home after the tour, or even do it remotely, because now we can't see these listings in person, to be able to remotely view all of those listings and see a logical tour order, and really be able to share their thoughts about what listings they'd really like to actually see in person. A really good way to just expand your capability and exceed expectations. And really that's the whole goal behind everything that we build, but primarily Present, is to set you apart, right? By providing things like live MLS data, being able to sit in a listing presentation and not have the coffee table book you provide be outdated, but have a live presentation with actual up-to-the-minute updated statuses. Being able to share video. And so putting in video testimonials, neighborhood videos, a beautiful drone video of a listing if you've got it available. Just really setting yourself apart by going that little bit extra. When your client asks a question about the house across the street and wonders why that wasn't added as a comp, being able to edit on the fly and pull that information up and add it in. And then, like Chiyoko mentioned, the ease of sharing. All of these are websites. And so every presentation is basically a standalone website with its own URL, which makes it really easy to share via text, via email, on social media. All you have to do is copy and paste the link, and you can put it anywhere. And then, as I mentioned, the agent commentary and guidance, being able to, my agent Heidi was able to know exactly which comments were mine so she could ignore them. And then in that same way, being able to customize to fit the specific needs of a client, right? Because every one of you is going to know what your client needs and what's going to be best for them. And really being able to customize the experience for each one of them individually and provide what they're going to need in a presentation is where we want to set you apart, by providing you the tools to really, really exceed their expectations.
And, you know, Chris, you made a good point, is because it's a website and it's a link. If a client likes to communicate over WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or, LinkedIn Messenger or Instagram, you can actually copy and paste that link into a method that they prefer to communicate through. So, and then they can open it up. I just think this is so much fun.
Yeah, and you're absolutely spot on. Since it is a link, you can send them their comparative market analysis on Facebook. You can send it to them on LinkedIn. You can send it to them on WhatsApp if that's how they prefer to communicate. And then every time they open it, they're going to get the most up-to-date version. And so if listings have sold, then those listings will have updated to their new status. If a price reduction has come through for a listing, you'll see the price reduction. And so it really is going to be a game changer. I don't think it's something that anybody else has access to currently in your market, especially with being fully integrated with your MLSs, being able to not only pull in all the beautiful photography, but all of the status information as well.
Yes, you're right, Chris. I've never actually seen anything like it until I met MoxieWorks. And so I do think this is a game changer as well. I think this will make our C21 agents just stand above everybody else when they're providing, services to their clients. I think it's great. All right, so we are now going to talk about another component of HUB21. It is our C21 Marketing Center. So to get your fingers warmed up, put in the chat if you've used the C21 Marketing Center before. We're going to talk a little bit about the enhancements, but as we move the Marketing Center over into the HUB21 platform, you're going to have all the same great feature sheets, postcards, all those various things that you've just been using and you love. So we are going to talk a little bit about some of the enhancements which you'll see to the Marketing Center. But before that, we're going to play you a video. I especially like that little kitchen dance. I think everybody should. I don't know why it's not working today, but that little happy dance in the kitchen, I think everybody should start the day off by doing that. So as I mentioned, it's going to be a full library of all the great templates that you've come to use and be familiar with, from property feature sheets to postcards to door hangers to social media bricks to award bricks to your home buyers and sellers guides. Again, everything that you're used to getting. So there's almost 100 pieces in the Marketing Center, and we'll continue to build. One of the great aspects of the MoxieWorks or the HUB21 platform, specifically when it comes to the Marketing Center, is the magic of automation. I know everyone's familiar with getting those just listed emails, where we're taking it up a notch. Not only are we taking it up a notch when it comes to the automation, but we've added some really great pieces within this automation. So when you have a new listing, of course, it's going to send you an email that says, congratulations on your new listings. Here's a buffet of marketing materials so you can get to the market faster. So you're used to getting some of these, so you'll get the property feature sheets that you can choose from, and the social media bricks, but there's new stuff. Because the Marketing Center is fully integrated into HUB21, you have fully integrated contacts from your C21 Engage into your Marketing Center, which is different from what you've had now. You haven't really been able to have that full integration with your contacts with the Marketing Center. So you will with this Marketing Center. So this gives you the opportunity then, when you get an email, because you will get an email template of your just listed property, you can just automatically, within a few clicks, send that out to your contact in your sphere. So again, the integration between your CRM and the Marketing Center is crucial for getting extra leads for that particular property. In addition, you're going to have a video showcase, which is something you've never had before. So you're going to have a video of your property. Now, you might be using platforms like C21 virtual tours, which, it's not going to give you a virtual tour like C21 virtual tours. So I would continue to use that platform. It's fantastic too. But it will give you a video of the slideshow of your property photos. So that will definitely be delivered to your doorstep. But all this automation allows you to get to the market faster. Not only will you get an automated email when you have a new listing, but you'll get an automated email through the lifetime of that listing. So if you have a open house, and I know we're not doing open houses like we normally have done, so you might be doing Facebook Lives, but it can update your information, all the marketing pieces in that automated email to the open house. So if you put in an open house, it'll automatically now send you an email, again, with marketing materials to advertise your open house. If you have a price reduction, all of your marketing materials will be updated with that new price. But again, another email will be sent to you with a new price and all the updated materials. And again, if you just sell something, of course, you want to make sure that people know that you sold a property. And so that will automatically be sent to you as well. And you can just click the social media bricks, the postcards, whatever you want to do, and just use that to advertise your just sold listing. So we have lots of templates in the design center, and the user functionality of this marketing center is pretty cool because it actually gives you fields. So you can actually go in and you can change the fields, or you can update copy, or you can change headlines, but you're actually doing it almost in a field, like almost editing a Word document, which just becomes a little bit more user-friendly than our past marketing center. Again, all the contacts are synced with C21 Engage, which is synced with your G Suite account, and your videos, the videos I talked about that will have the slideshow of all your property pictures, it'll be automatically loaded up to YouTube, so you can share the link out from YouTube. So we're trying to make this as easy as possible for you. Now, let's move on to kind of our second to last category. We don't have much more time here, so thank you for joining us still after 45 minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about C21 Promote. So Chris, take it away.
Yeah, and so Promote is our ad creation tool. It allows you to create ads on Facebook, Instagram, and display networks. And really, it is a three-step ad builder. So essentially, it connects to your Facebook business page, and you can use it to create ads on your listings, as well as ads about your services. And so you can, if you've just gotten a new listing, in 3 steps, select that listing, update your title, update your headline, choose where you want to direct that page, and basically advertise that listing. Or if you're looking to advertise your services as a buyer's agent or seller's agent, you can do that as well in the same sort of quick and easy workflow. And that's going to be seen on the largest social media network in the world, which is Facebook, but also Instagram and the display network, which is a collection of over, I believe, 250 sites, from Wall Street Journal all the way down to Homes and Gardens. So and the best part about all of this is if you're doing a listing ad, it's automatically going to help you communicate the views on that ad back to your client. And so you can send an automated report to your client on a daily, weekly, or bi-weekly basis of how that ad's performing. You can use these ads to build your personal brand online, since they're going to be showing up right in the center of people's Facebook feeds. You can use this to build your personal brand, get people in the area talking, thinking about you. But you can also drive leads through community ads. And this is one of my favorite ways that people can use it is actually posting ads about how beautiful it is where you are, and how people should want to move to where you are, and that when they do, you're the person they should be connecting with. It's a really great way to highlight your community, highlight your expertise, and invite people that are actually looking at your area to take the next step and start thinking about properties there.
Chris, you're right. This is to use this in combination with the website builder. So building out a community page. So again, whatever community that you specialize in, talk about that community if people are looking, around, and then use C21 Promote to advertise that particular community. I think, everything just works so well together and helping agents be more successful.
Yeah, and we want to make sure it's connected to make it as easy as possible for them.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us. We have the hub here, which is the first place you're going to land when you get access to the new HUB21. It's going to give you some information on, what's happening in Century 21. So you will get some snapshots of some news in there. You'll have quick links to, training on the HUB21 platform, quick links to places within the platform that you need to check out, links to our resource center or campus21.tv. There'll be links to image library. Again, it's kind of your one centralized hub that you can access some of the resources to help you, take full advantage of utilizing HUB21 to be more productive as we go into 2021. In addition, we have a lot of training on all of the different components, and it almost took us an hour to go through the power of HUB21. That's how powerful it is. But all the information and the training and webinars, Chris has been doing some webinars to actually, train on the various areas of the platform. That can all be found on campus21.tv. So again, go to campus21.tv and you can just use the on-demand, just click on demand and you can log into your own platform to look at that. In addition, I am going to ask Jocelyn, who I know is supporting us from a tech standpoint of these webinars. We've put together a handout that kind of summarizes all the things that we talked about. So you can look at it later on this afternoon, print it off, keep it on your coffee table, get excited with us. But she's going to put that into the chat so you can download a copy from the Google Drive. And again, Chris, thank you so much for joining us. It's been fun talking about this platform and the power and how C21 agents can really leverage the power for them to have just such a successful 2021. So thank you so much. And Lee, I don't know if we have any quick questions. I know we've gone long and, and we were trying to go fast too.
There's a lot to cover. And I think they phrased it as a question, but I actually think it's a comment. How to navigate all that information on a personal website? ? But I kind of think it was, this is a lot to take in is what I took from it.
Absolutely.
And it's not as hard once you get in and start using it.
No, and I think one of the exciting things is that, we wanted to do an overview of the platform today. So basically giving you an idea of all the things that it can do and all the benefits it can provide C21 agents. But over the next few weeks, as we know, Lee, that we're going to actually start to drill down in each component. So I think next week we're going to talk about Engage. So we're going to do a whole session just on Engage. We're going to do a whole session just on Present, just on website. I think even SEO and some content marketing, hopefully we can do that. But, you'll see over the next 4 to 5 weeks that we will be drilling down and just looking at one particular component of this platform because it is a lot to take in, but it's also very exciting.
It sure is. We do have one question from Mark Bolam, which was answered a bit in the chat, but maybe you can go further into depth. Will agents be able to send their new listings to other agents in the office?
Yeah, as long as they have their email address, you can send a copy of your listing to anybody or information about your listing to anybody. I want to make sure that I've answered the right question. And so if you wanted to send something like a just listed to others in your office or add it to what we call the hot sheet to let them know there's an open house, we've got a couple of really easy mechanisms for being able to do that. But we also have the ability for you to add anyone that you have their email address to a campaign. So if you wanted to say do a campaign about your new listings, super easy to do that as well.
Great, thank you. So that wraps up the overview. We've got lots more still to come over the next few weeks. Next week, we are taking a closer look at C21 Engage, which is the CRM. So if this is something that was interesting to you, please tune in next week at this time. Chris will be back, and we will also have an agent with us to talk about the agent perspective about how to make the most of it. So we will look forward to that. Thank you, Chiyoko. Thank you, Chris.
Thank
you, Chris. Thanks, Lee.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,
have a
everyone.
great Monday.
You too.
Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.